How can TCP and UDP protocols be used in an attack targeting remote computer systems? In one of the previous modules, we discussed an attack method called the idle scan. Idle scan uses zombie machines which provide the attacker with IP address sequences. This is one of the vulnerabilities of the fourth layer. If the sequence is predictable, in many computer systems the numbers grow incrementally. You can first send the packet to the zombie, and then you can send the packets to the computer you want to scan using IP addresses of the zombie. The victim of this scanning exchanges communications only with the zombie. Whether or not the packet was sent can be deduced from the successive sequential numbers of the IP protocol. If the number is higher, it means the packet was received and the reset response was sent. The RFC documents do not specify the details of the mechanism that generates the sequential numbers. It concerns not only IP numbers, but also TCP numbers. Some years ago, a very popular type of attack consisted of terminating a TCP session. There were many programs that allowed the attacker to hijack a TCP session in order to, for example, throw someone out of a chat. If the attacker had access to the medium and was able to notice that two machines exchanged data in the TCP session, the attacker could get the sequential numbers of the packets. As we already mentioned, these numbers are sent to ensure that the delivery is complete. If the numbers were sequential, the attacker could send packets to the target host impersonating the host that initiated the session. The attacker could send, for example, the reset packet. The result was that the remote computer logged a given user off of a chat session or some other device. This problem was solved a long time ago. None of the modern operating systems use easily predictable sequential numbers. There are still many mechanisms used to generate those numbers. Some are better, some are worse. The main threat connected with the fourth layer of the OSI model comes from the possibility to collect information about the configuration of the remote hosts and services running on them. This is due to the fact that, conventionally, certain services always listen on the same ports. By learning which ports are open, you get to know which services are running on a remote host. In a minute, you'll see a demonstration on how you can use this information. What can you do to get protected against threats connected with protocols of the third layer of the OSI model? You can employ two elements of a general computer system security strategy. Limit the risk-affected area. The first way to do so is by blocking ports you don't use. The second, monitor your network for port scan attacks.